everybody to another Off the Lips. Super cool to see so much support. This is awesome. Thank you for coming. Super excited to have Jansie here today. About a month or two ago, Jansie stopped me in the passage and he was like, Mike, you studied finance. What do you know about selling companies? And I really had to dig back into sort of the bottom of the barrel of my memory to try and remember what I learned at university, which wasn't much. But I thought what I did remember was it's quite difficult to get right. And I think I might have been a little bit pessimistic. And so, I think selling a company is something that everyone aspires to, but it's really difficult to do. And when I heard that sort of Jansie had successfully done it, I thought, wow, that's amazing. We really need to kind of hear how this worked, and having now done it, with hindsight, what did you learn, and what can you teach us? What would you do differently if you could start again from the beginning? So super stoked to try and learn something about that today. Jansie's also one of our oldest members, so that's always cool. Thank you.
Longest running members.
Thanks, Jansie. Over to you.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Jansie. It's Swahili for single and available. This is a story about a klepto monkey and how I got rid of the thieving bastard. I want to start off with a psalm from the Bible. I'm a Christian, and Psalm 50 verse 15 says, call on me in the day of distress. I will deliver you and you will honor me. And I see this as my way to honor my Lord Jesus Christ by giving him the glory for the sale that Michael mentioned earlier. So let me give you a background of what the company was. A few years ago, I'd lost my job again, and seeing as First Light doesn't give away their coffee for free, and I'm too old for the 2 rand thing at KFC, I had to make a plan. So I thought, let me start a company. Over the years, I'd learned a thing or two about SEO, content marketing, long-form copy. I love long-form copy. I'll explain why later and how that impacted the sale of the business. Web development, that sort of thing. And I thought, okay, I'll start a company offering websites to small businesses along with domain name registration and website hosting. So I did that. In many ways, it was a behemoth of a blunder. I came into the market super cheap, and when you come into the market cheap, it's very hard to break out of that cycle. So here I was running a company. The other thing is I didn't have systems in place. So here I was running a company, slowly but surely getting more clients on board. The funny thing is, although I'm a digital marketing guy, I got most of my clients word of mouth, not through my own website. So in any case, I was getting these clients, building up a good name on Google reviews and all of that. And it wasn't long before I was frustrated. I had a company, few clients, but because I didn't have any systems in place, onboarding became a mission. So every new client seemed to be more difficult to onboard than the previous one. So here I was stuck with a company, stuck doing admin, fixing emails, squashing bugs, doing all sorts of things that I shouldn't be doing, everything but writing, which is my thing. I write. That's what I love. I'm good at writing copy, and I'm also writing a novel currently. But I was spending my time doing all of these other things. And by the end of 2022, or this year, 2022, I reached the end of my tether. It was getting too much. The income is low for a hosting company, and it's a lot of effort to keep the company running. You have to, like I said, there's a lot of admin involved, a lot of invoicing. Oh my soul, invoicing, I hate thee. So I spent my time doing all of this stuff instead of writing. I heard that Charles Kutsia, who's not here today, thank you Charles for not being here. I heard that he offered a digital marketing class. And so I thought I'd reach out to him and find out if maybe he couldn't help me with one of his classes to plug the holes in my company. So I sent him a WhatsApp message, he replied, and we met up right here in the green room. And he proposed something. He put something on the table. He said, listen, I can teach you the digital, the copywriting, the sales funnels, all of that stuff. And then you write me copy in return. And I said, that's a great idea. So that's where our relationship started. We went down to the beach and held hands, and I whispered sweet nothings into his ear, and we jogged into the sunset. It was probably the most beautiful day of my life. So in any case, so that's where our relationship started, and Charles started sending me stuff to learn, copy that he uses in their game, sales funnels, that sort of thing. I'm not familiar with that side of the game. It's hard sell copy. I do long form copy, long term, long tail. That's my thing. These oaks are typical American copy. So for me, it's quite a change. And the more I learned this stuff, the more I realized that my own company is like a monkey on my back, right? Every time I brought a banana to my mouth, this thing would grab the banana and start cackling at me, right? My business was literally chowing up all my time, and all I wanted to do was learn about copywriting so I could upskill and earn more income and just get away from the frustration. So I decided to sell the monkey. I reached out to a few companies around here, and nobody was interested. The reason for that was I was too cheap. My hosting was too cheap. If they onboarded my clients onto their company, they would sit with clients paying less than what their current clients are paying. That doesn't make sense. So nobody's interested. So I approached another friend of mine, Dewald van Staden, whom some of you know. He's quite an intrepid entrepreneur, and he was interested, but he didn't have the cash to pay for the company. So he said, no, you'll see if you can find investors. He reached out to a few people to try and find investment. Nobody was interested again. Then I decided, listen, I'm going to give away this monkey. This thing needs to get off my back. I can't handle this. I need to get it off my back. So I'm going to approach Dewald, tell him, listen, I'll take the invoicing for 1 year, and you take the company and just take my clients off my back. And I thought, wow, what a great idea, man. Give away a company. It's like Oprah, You've got a company, you've got a company. So in any case, I messaged Dewald and I said, I might have a deal for you, an irresistible deal for you. Not long after that, my friend Ryan Ballantyne, who's sitting right over there and said I mustn't point him out in this talk, sent me a message. He was aware of bouts of depression I've been facing the last year or so. It's been a difficult year. Actually, last 3 years has been quite difficult. But and so this was just a courtesy WhatsApp. He was just finding out how I'm doing, and so I told him about my fantastic idea to give away the company. And so he phones me and he says, no, Jansie, we'd like a meeting with you. My company might be interested in buying your company. And I tried to dissuade him. I said, why would you want to do that? And it's not worth it. And I thought, what kind of stupid is this guy, man? Why would he want to buy my company? It's not worth anything. And he said, no. He insisted, no, we want a meeting with you. And so the following Monday, we had a Google Meet. Myself, Ryan, two of his colleagues, Mickey and Jacques. They posed a few questions, and then they put 3 options on the table. 1, they buy the company outright and they walk away. 2, I sell the company at a reduced cost and I get on board part-time with their company. 3, I sell the company at a reduced cost and get on board with him full-time. I couldn't freaking believe it, man. This leprous monkey that I couldn't give away actually looked handsome to these blokes. I don't know if they're blind or something. And so I thought about it, and I actually reached out to Charles and asked him for input on this, and he agreed with me that the part-time position would probably be a good option, because then I'd have a salary, I could learn from these oaks, I could add value to their company, and I could continue on my journey in becoming a Kung Fu master in copywriting. And so they asked me to put this in an email. The whatever were my expectations, I put it in an email. I actually asked Ryan, which is probably the stupidest thing. You never ask the guy who's selling to, listen, how much must I ask? but Ryan's quite a gracious bloke sometimes. Any case, so and he said, Jansie, go in with a higher price, and they'll probably quibble and bring it down a bit. So okay, let's do that. Set my price for the company, and I said, this is what I want as a salary every month. few days later, they get back to me and they accept the offer as is. They don't quibble, they don't fight, nothing. I'm like, whoa, man, these guys are insane. Any case, I don't want to say too much because just now Ryan takes back his offer. So the deal went through. So we had another meeting, discussed the ins and outs and whatever, and so that's how I sold the company. So what did I learn from this though? So I just want to look at my notes here. Right, so the first thing I learned from this is you need a break, right? Not a holiday, you need an intervention, okay? So if you're not familiar with Daniel Kahneman and Nassim Nicholas Taleb, I can highly recommend 2 books, Thinking Fast and Slow and The Black Swan, which has nothing to do with ballet, all right? But both those books are a slog to read. It's a horrible read, but super fascinating. They debunk the idea that there is a self-made man, right? There is no such thing as a self-made man. Every successful person has a chance, an opportunity outside of themselves that comes into their life. Nassim Nicholas Taleb expands on the idea and calls it a black swan event, right? So in my case, had Mr. Ballantyne not sent me a WhatsApp asking me how I was doing, I would not have had this offer. So this would not have happened if this black swan event came into my life. An unforeseen event that it came out of nowhere. Okay? And I need to also stress that they are currently setting up something in their company where they require the product that I have to sell. So this was a meeting it's beautiful, right? So synergy, okay? Right, so I believe in a God, a creator God. So whereas other people would say it's luck or chance, I would say it's providence. It's God's providence that brought a situation into my life that I had no control over, but it was a good deal. All right, that's the first thing. You need a break. You have no control over that, by the way. You can't do anything about that. It's outside of yourself. All right. I need to say though, Taleb says that if you want to increase your chances of having more black swans, it makes sense to then live in a city where there are more people, right? So more people equals more opportunities. Simple as that. Second thing is don't be cheap. This is advice that's very easy for me to hand out, but it's super hard to apply. I think of, where's Union? Is Union here? But in any case, so Union and I often have this talk. It's very difficult to charge people a premium because I don't know what it is. It's weird. You want to help people, but when you help someone here, you do it at the expense of someone else somewhere else along the line, right? So that might be your wife or your future wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, somebody else who needs something, right? So you're cheap here, but somewhere along the line you're going to pay, all right? So it's not a good idea, especially if you know what you're doing. If your product or your service is good, then there's no point in being cheap. I remember a friend trying to instill this into my head a few years ago. He said, if you lose a client because you're too expensive, go find 2 more, right? Don't stress about the guy who leaves you. Go find 2 other clients who are willing to pay a premium. Money isn't the only valuable thing. I could have probably sold this business for 2, 3, 4 times more, and it still would have been a good deal. A friend of mine told me, I undervalued it, but what he doesn't understand is the mental overhead that came with this business. So I was sick and tired of the mental overhead. So if you look at things in terms of monetary value only, you're going to miss out on other things, right? You don't want to do that. You want to look at the bigger picture. Listen, here's an opportunity. Get the monkey off your back and get your mental energy back, right? So that's how I looked at this. So I'm quite happy to have received the $5,000 that I did get for the business. Get counsel, right? This is, the Bible says, without consultation, plans are frustrated. But with many counselors, there is success. So there are people around you, right, who know far more about certain things than what you do. This is a truism. It's just a fact, okay? So reach out to people. I reached out to Michael. He graciously gave me pointers. I spoke to, if I don't name Omri, he's probably going to cry. So I'll probably have to say Omri as well. Ryan, Shaul, Vainant, JC. JC, sometimes I don't ask him. I just look at what he does and I steal stuff from him. He doesn't even know it. And so that makes me happy. He thinks I actually like visiting him. Any case. So get counsel, right? And you don't have to follow everyone's advice, but you can at least hear people out, right? The fifth thing is stick to what you're good at. So I love people and I love things. I'm interested in everything. It's the second command says love thy neighbor. So be interested in what they do. Even Greg here. Even Greg is something interesting, I think. I'll get back to you on that. Any case, so I'm interested in everything, but you can't do everything. No, there's a rare bird here and there who can do everything and they do it well. Me, I'm a copywriter. I'm not even a creative. I can't even say I'm good at graphics. I do words, and so I try to channel that by, if I have an interest in something, maybe I can write about it. You know, but I can't spend time on admin and bookkeeping and invoicing and emails and I can't do that. It's a waste of time. So just stick to what you're good at. And the sixth thing is long form copy rocks. Don't let anybody tell you that nobody reads. All right, it's a load of bollocks. This email that I sent them, all right, I'll tell you what the subject line was just now. The email that I sent with the offer, I could have kept it short. I could have said, listen, this is what I want for the company, and this is what I have. This is my expectation for a salary. I used the opportunity to really expand on what I can offer the company. It was a long email, man. That thing was this long. And I climbed into details. This is what I can do, and this is what I will do. And so, step by step, right? Explain everything. And I'm convinced this is part of why they didn't quibble about the price. Ryan will tell you afterwards, I'm sure. Hopefully I'm right. In any case. Just on the subject line, Ryan said I must share this. The subject line I used for the email was, this one weird trick will get you many more leads. You won't believe point number 4. Don't use that as a subject line. That's not how you sell a business. Ryan says, he told me afterwards that they're directors, right? All three of them, when they saw the subject line, they almost spammed the email, and they saw it was from me. And I'm quite surprised they didn't spam it in any case. But in any case, but I explained in the email that was literally the first sentence. That's not how it's done, by the way. But it worked, ironically. So in any case. Yeah, so those are the things I learned. And I just want to say in conclusion again, I just want to thank my Lord Jesus Christ for the opportunity. I want to extend an invitation. If you're not a Christian today, the Bible says that there's a day of judgment. It is appointed unto man to die once and then judgment. So I want you to think about these things, and please speak to me afterwards if you're interested to learn more, or I'd like to hear where you stand on the matter as well. I'm thankful. My story's success to me is integral to the Savior that I serve. So that's why I brought that in as well. So thank you. That's my story.
Thanks, Jansie. That was fascinating. As always, I'm going to open up the floor to questions. Yeah.
So sorry, he's not allowed to ask. Next. Okay. Okay, so I don't have a plan. So like this talk, I'm just going to wing it. No, I'm kidding. So one of the attractive things with Ryan's company, Abstracts, and also with Shawl, these folks have serious systems in place. To me, that was a really good draw card. So for me, it was getting on board with Abstracts. I can learn the systems there. Shawl, you should see this guy. Flip it, man. This guy's got a checkbox for everything. Morning, Jansie. Check. How are you? Check. It's incredible, So I can't wait to learn from him. It's not just the copy, it's the systems as well. So yeah. Oh, the working title is With Man. The first draft hopefully should be finished within the first 6 months of 2023. Yeah. I don't want to self-publish. I want to actually see if I can get it published. Yeah. No, that was probably the biggest factor. Not documentation.
Contracts and.
Yeah. That's a good point. Not having contracts in place also determines the cost of the company, right? So if, for instance, if I had signed clients on a 3-year contract, okay, I could confidently sell the company on 3 years income, all right? I couldn't do that now, okay? So no, it's month to month. Oh, you want to quit? Oh, no problem. Just send me an email. Oh, no worries. And so, yeah, whatever. And Ryan mentioned something yesterday. I've heard the word before. I wasn't sure what it was. Scope creep, right? Because you don't have documentation in place, the client can just play with you. He can slap you any which way he wants all the time. And so that drains a person. Yeah. So scope creep is definitely an issue. And then also not being sure where you stand with a client and what they can and cannot expect from you. So it's all about expectations. Yeah, that was a big factor. Yeah, so if I can make it to Friday, I'm quite happy. That's my 5-year plan. Yeah. No, look, Deo Valente, right? I would like to stay on with abstracts for the next 12 months. That was the original deal. I would like to continue on in my copywriting journey, offering copywriting to clients. Charles and I are working on something. He'll be putting together packages that I'll be doing for him. So that's hopefully the next step. Not next year. Next year I see myself training a lot, doing a lot of projects for Charles free. And working for abstracts, and then hopefully there's a synergy between the two, doing the internship. I call it an internship, I don't know what else to call it, and then working for abstracts. Hopefully what I learned from Charles I can also use in abstracts. I'm sure I will be able to. Yeah, we'll see. Look, going independent is, man, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, man, it's tough. There are definite benefits to it, but it comes with some serious drawbacks as well. If you can keep your admin, in my case, if I can keep the admin and bookkeeping down, I'd probably go, maybe. I don't know. If Abstract says, listen, Jansie, we can't live without you. We need you. Then I'll probably just say, okay. Yeah, in any case. If you talk to them again, just let them know I sold the company. just throw that in there. No, I haven't. Most of them don't know. I've told some of them. I told my biggest client. I've already told them. I told them yesterday. They're not happy. It's a huge company actually, but I'm selling Abstracts, the company that's buying me, as a benefit. The reason it's because it is a benefit. I'm the single oakie trying to run a company. I'm wearing all sorts of hats. I'm not a developer, by the way. I do WordPress. I mean, don't laugh at now, please. But these oaks, there's a whole stable of blokes. Ryan's a full stack engine. What do you call yourself? A full stack developer, right? So I'm going to sell this as a benefit, right? So instead of using me trying to get some sort of a WordPress plugin working, here's a whole team of guys. You can do custom, bespoke development, whatever you need, sort it. It's going to come at a premium, but that's life. That's life. So that's the tack I'll probably use. I think most don't even. I mean, if I don't tell anyone, if I don't tell any of my clients, they won't even know. The initial takeover is not going to be a crash tackle. It's not going to be like a crash and burn. It's going to be a slow thing. So yeah, it's not a major deal. But they can't WhatsApp me directly anymore. Yeah, any case. Brought me to this point. Go through the hard times I go through, bro. Take the knocks I take. Then you learn. Yeah, Jesus is my everything, Cam. I cannot be, some people say religion is a crutch. And then I heard one dude say one day, it's not a crutch, it's a life support system. That's how I see Jesus. He's integral to everything I am, right? So yeah, any case. I've got a 6-pack and everything. Refined. No.
Hard times refine
Yeah, yeah. 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 No, bro, I'm not leaving the beter kant. No ways. No ways. Hey? Yeah, no, you can have that the moment I move in next to Shaw. Then you can. Yeah, no. When I have the front office here, when I'm styling, you can have that desk. Yeah. Changed my life. But that was long before this.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember I told you this a year ago, I think. The importance the green room has in my life.
Can you elaborate?
No. I mean, okay. So I used to work from home, right? And when you work from home, obviously you don't work. You're watching YouTube videos and playing games all day, right? That's what people think, right? Nobody takes you seriously, all right? When the lockdown struck, and when they told this boer, no, you can't go out, this boer said, you're not going to tell this boer what to do. So I started venturing out, right? So now that I had to work from home, I thought, I don't want to work from home anymore. And so I started going to Bay Pastaco. I started helping with food parcels for poor people over there, just to get out of the house. Eventually I thought, this is lekker, man. I'm missing out, right? And then it wasn't long after I moved in at Bay Pasta, Sonia and I became quite good friends. And people actually thought I was a husband. How funny is that? Your husband over there. So in any case, so from there, I'd heard the bad news that she was going to close the restaurant. But a week before that, I had contacted you, and you never got back to me, Michael. You never got back to me. And I still all that. No, I'm kidding. So I heard about the green room. I actually went to another place that also offers co-working space, but it was too small. And when I walked in there, I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it out. And the moment I started structuring my work day, forcing myself to come in 8 o'clock or whatever, 7:30 in the mornings, leaving at 1 o'clock because I'm rich. No, I'm kidding. Leaving at 5. Yeah. That changed. It literally changed my life. It was one of the best decisions I'd ever made. So yeah. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Just don't forget about that discount we spoke about.
After your big exit, Jansie, we're going to be putting up your price. Yeah, thanks so much. A round of applause for Jansie.